Bam, what up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I'm AD. To my left, right is Mr. Brian A. McCrory. He is back on the scene. And you know it's Mental Health Wednesday. We have Mr. Matt Genius in the building. And this brother right here.
Fresh out of timeout.
Fresh out of timeout.
My bad. It's all love, man. You ain't gotta keep putting me in timeout. My
bad. So, real quick intro. We're gonna kick it off, and then we're just gonna jump into the topic. And I'm gonna talk for a good 10 minutes before I let everybody else talk. All right, Kenny? All right.
Stand up.
All right, boom. What's up, everybody? Good morning. What's up, Jeff? Blessings. What's up, Lisa? Good morning. Mama Corey, great morning to you. Thank you guys for being with us and rocking with us. First of the month, it's February. It's officially Black History Month.
You just triggered me, man. He said first of the month.
Get up.
Grab your chicks and come on. That's what I'm talking about.
Wake up.
Right.
Hey, one of the best rap albums was the first one of all time.
Yeah.
But anyway, my bad, AD. Go ahead and do your soliloquy.
Don't interrupt my soliloquy, brother. Don't do that again.
My bad. My apologies, my brother.
So, listen, we appreciate you guys for being here, hanging with us. And bam, there we go. That's it. All right. So make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Let everybody know that the brothers are on. Today we're keeping it light. Talking about daily routines. What helps you start your day? What's your goal in starting your day? Do you have a routine that you must keep to help start your day right? Because I've had routines that when it gets thrown off, it seems to throw off my whole day. I gotta somewhere midday gotta reset. Like, okay, we started this day wrong. I don't know if anybody has the mistake of waking up and looking at your phone, even for like a Bible app or something, and there's an email about some nonsense. You're like, wait a minute. Like, what? How? Like, wait a minute. Like, who is this? Or seeing a text. Like, what you mean? They sent it. You wake up at 6. They sent it about 5:50. Just sitting there waiting to aggravate you. It's like, wait a minute. What you mean? I agreed to. Oh. And it can throw you off. Like, can I keep it real? Like, those, I've literally, of course, had to get into the habit of just not really touching my phone after I cut the alarm off. Right? Boom. Take a moment, take a breather. Like, I'm alive. Like, thank God I'm alive. And because the phone can have great stuff on it, like morning motivations. He said BOL. That's what I'm talking about, Jeff. There we go. BOL and coffee starts at 6 a.m. That's what I'm talking about. So, what do you guys days? How do you start your day? Or do you have a routine? Is there a routine that you keep or try to achieve that helps set the tone for your day? Do you have that kind of routine, or you kind of just roll out? It is what it is. Let's go. I've never been a last minute get up person. My wife does say I jump up like there's an emergency. Like, somebody, what's going on? Let's go. Like, I can, if someone's trying to take me out, I probably roll out the bed like, oh, you ain't about to get me. You got to think, you got to be quicker. I can jump up. So, do you guys have that kind of morning routine? Anyone?
First of all, I want to say I missed everybody while I was gone, and I thank everyone for all their prayers. I had uneventful transition from here to there and back.
Okay.
So that was just awesome. A little bit of a turbulence in a Cessna. For those that don't know, I've spent the last 5 days in British Virgin Islands.
Nice.
And got filled up. And that's another story, but I made it back safely. Yeah, man, I begin my day with gratitude. When I open up my eyes, when I acknowledge that I'm awake, I begin saying, thank you, Jesus. I thank God for at least 3 things before my feet even touch the floor.
Okay.
And then I embrace my wife.
Okay. Nice.
Tell her good morning, pray with her, and then I get up and I make my bed.
Oh yeah, forgot about the bed making. You gotta make the bed.
Yeah, gotta make the bed, and then I kick off my day. So you're talking about the immediate thing. So that's what I do. It's gratitude. It's prayer. It's an embrace of my wife, and I make my bed.
Nice. What about you, Matt?
Man, it just so happens that first of all, I'm glad to see Pastor back, man. It's like I'm looking in the mirror 5-10 years in the future. I'm gonna look like Pastor right there. So I'm happy, man. He makes me feel good to know that I'm gonna look that good in a couple of years.
That's a blessing. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
So it's good to see you, Pastor. But I just happen to have this book on my desk today.
Well, look at that.
And this is a book I wrote during the pandemic for kids on how to kind of propel them on starting and ending their day to have a good day, and it has this page right here that's kind of like a formula of how to start the day. And what the pastor said, gratitude, right?
Gratitude. Yes, indeed.
And so even for the young ones, even for our kids, we got to start teaching them very early on how to create the routine. I think some of us aren't even familiar with starting something that you can actually just put in place. And the way I kind of explain it is that a sandwich starts with the 2 loaves, start and finish. So what's in between there is almost null and void if the 2 pieces on the other end of it aren't good. And so it's like if you start with gratitude, end with gratitude, what's in between, what I'm saying? Like that's a good sandwich.
Right.
And so for me, it starts my mindset with, hey, good things, grateful, grounding. What's important to me, tangible things, holding on, to those things that make sense for me. And then determining that gratitude will be with me throughout that day. And then I end the day reflecting on those things that I'm grateful for and then projecting those things into the next. So it's a cycle.
Yeah.
But it all revolves around gratitude and the awareness of those things that you should be grateful for, because sometimes they're right there in front of you and you don't even express any thanks, any gratitude, anything, like just another day, you got this, like unaware
every day.
Unaware. And as soon as we open our eyes, or even before that, when consciousness starts to come into your awareness, it's already something to be grateful for, grateful for, but because you have a mind, you have a heart, you have a brain. While you were sleeping, all these things were functioning without your permission. Your heart was still pumping, you're still getting air, you wake up, you still can feel your limbs. All these things are just small things that you got to be grateful for. So for me, it's just like Pastor, starts with gratitude, definitely ends with gratitude.
Right, no doubt.
It's good.
I would ask Kadeem, but I already know how he wake up. He roll. Before he put his feet down, he hey babe, you're welcome. I'm still here.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that rendition of my morning.
Hey kids, I'm still here. You're welcome. You're welcome.
I mean, I do love me some me. I will say that. I do love me.
But go ahead. You let them know. Let them know what your routine is like, or what you.
No, man, it's like, I mean, it's simple. You know, I mean, just wake up, get my hygiene straight, throw on my
Right.
clothes, and I yell at my kids, "Hey, y'all ain't waiting on me. It's time to
love
go."
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Right.
Get in this car so we can get this day started.
Right.
But they always lagging behind for some reason.
Yeah, that's part of. I'm with Kaneem because got to get them rolling.
Yeah,
I get up probably about an hour or two before them. But yeah, it's that those morning routines of waking up. So let me ask this though, because each one of us has a cellular device. When in your morning do you touch your cellular device? Like when do you pick it up? Like what part of your day? Like how long? And let's just say average day, not like like especially like Pastor because he got older kids, he got family, like outside of someone calling him like, hey, throwing your day off, I need, hey, because it's a need, it's an emergency. Oh, that's a good one too. What time do you get up? What time do you get up? Mine is 5, 6ish. Like some days
What?
it's 5, some 6.
What? Oh,
Yes.
man.
I get up early.
I
You guys,
get up multiple times, man. Like I have a small child, so I'm up. Like so.
right.
I'm
They can
up.
tell. I'll
You
ask
know?
him, and let me bring him on. What time do we get up? What time do we
No,
get
I'm
up?
up. But I think what we started to do is try to anticipate when he's getting up and beat him
Okay.
up.
Okay.
And that's periodically because sometimes you get up at night, and so
Right.
what I try to do is try to like if I feel like he may be trying to get up around 1 o'clock because he's probably uncovered or try to beat him up. So I wake up to check, and so he won't have to get up in distress. But me personally, listen, I like to get up when my body tells me to get up.
Right.
When my energy is there to get up,
Right.
and that's a leisure that I think sometimes we can't even afford to do because time seems to be fleeting. And so if you don't get up at 3:30 in the morning to start your day, it's like you miss everything. So
Success happens.
yeah, you're right. I told you about that. AD and I were talking about that one entrepreneurial, kind of skit they had. You got to wake up 2:30 in the morning. You got to buy Delta Airlines. You got to
take that and invest in Bitcoin, and then take the Bitcoin and buy the other half of the country.
Yeah, so it is important. It is important, but I want to be as familiar with my energy as I am with the things outside of me. And so when I do have, Pastor was on, he said he was traveling. When I'm on vacation, man, I try to wake up when my body says it's time. Other than that, man, I'm just like, because it's necessary for us to just be obedient to where the self is until you can train the self to go somewhere else. So I like getting up early because I love seeing the sunrise. I love seeing the sunrise. I love it. If I can catch the sunrise as many as I can, I would. But I think on the other times, I'd rather just stay right in there, in there.
Right. What about you, Brian?
Same time. Getting up 5 to 6, between 5 and 6. Sometimes it's 6:30, but on average between 5 and 6. And I touch my phone.
Oh yeah, when you touch your phone.
When it calls me.
Okay.
Because my phone is also my clock. Our night clock is on my wife's side. and I can't see it.
Right.
So, but she's up before me
Okay.
now. That's why it's on her side. So my phone is my clock. So I check the time. But I'm up because, can I be transparent?
Let's keep it real.
I have a 55-year-old bladder.
That's honest.
Right.
So 5 o'clock.
Your body, like Matt, you're aware. Body's like, hey, it's time to go. It's time to go.
Let's get
really
it.
4 o'clock, but 5 o'clock is when I can't wait anymore.
Jeff said he says 6 a.m. That's usually after 12:30 a.m. and 3 a.m. PM sessions. So let's keep it transparent. We're keeping it transparent just on this February 1st.
I like to hold mine in for a little longer. Though. I don't know. Right.
Like a little bit longer.
Well, you can.
Right?
But the older you get, the older you get, the length of time that you can hold it,
I'm getting there, Pastor. I'm feeling it. Like, I can't hold this no more. Let's go. What about you, Kadeem? What time you usually get up?
7. 7 o'clock every day, man.
Okay.
But I do have them late nights. Every 3 hours, I got to go and use the bathroom, though. So.
Okay.
So, yeah. So if I go to sleep at 10, you can better believe 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, right on schedule.
Right. Right
on schedule. Yup.
Nice. And that's my next question. So you said your alarm is the first time that you basically touch it. Like, when do you go through your phone? Not even like, maybe not scrolling, but email or whatever you may be looking for. When do you usually go through your phone? What about you, Kadeem? Like, when you wake up at 7, is it like immediate, kind of like the second thing, third thing you do before you go holler at the kids?
Oh, yeah. So I look on there, see if I got any text messages, check to see if I got any important emails that I need to respond early so I can get the information to come back to me. And then I got my little routine where I say good morning to my phone, and then it start telling me about the weather and news and stuff like that. I'm like, good morning, Google. And then they're like, good morning, Kadeem. The weather's going to be, let's get my day started. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Today is February 1st.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure you iPhone users got the same thing, but a lot of folks don't use it. But I use mine. But I got it set up like that. So I'm ABC News, I'm Reuters, or I should say Reuters.
Right.
I'm CBS, all the news, ESPN. I get all my news fix in. You know what I'm saying? It's probably about a good hour worth of news to catch up, and then I do my local news, and then I do my news in Houston, and do my little world news and whatnot, and catch up. Then I know how my day gonna unfold. Tell me what all appointments I got. You know what I'm saying? You have an appointment at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. You got an appointment at such o'clock.
Right. Okay.
So it just give me a little reminder of what's going on.
Okay, that's pretty dope. All right, Matt. What about you? When do you touch the phone?
I try to keep it on do not disturb until I take it off.
Okay.
Try.
Right. Okay.
Sometimes when I fail, it's almost like the phone knows that I'm beginning to have some consciousness, because what starts to happen is that I start to hear all the notifications.
Ding, 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 ding.
I'm like,
this is all the stuff you missed last night.
Right. Sometimes I pick it up just to swipe it to make it, get quiet,
Gotcha.
But I try to have a different relationship with the phone. I really try to have a different relationship because, that's not my boo. I need to be, I got to take the crust out of my eyes and the phone's out. So gotcha. I'm in the process. I would love to have a different relationship as far as how I interact with the phone in the mornings. So starting that process and kind of having some success on it. Like I said, the notifications come quiet.
Right.
I'll talk to you later. I have other things that I have to do to really kind of get into myself.
Right. You said Jeff said, Kaneem lying. He watching Fox News.
Hey, I get news off of Fox too, so
All right, you got to get that balance.
I gotta get that balance. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not gonna give us a fair shake, so I gotta get that balance.
Oh, what about? And you said, Pastor, you said once you, well, not get up, but like when you get up, the alarm. Like, when do you usually go through your phone?
For me, so I talked about my bladder.
Right. Good job.
More transparency.
Uh-oh.
I'm regular.
Okay.
So that gives me a great opportunity to
go through. I got you.
Yeah.
Nice. So Richard asked, what time when you was in the Army, what time was you up in the Army? They said, thank you for your diligent service.
And thank you for the thank you. And you're very welcome. Really quick, I was in British Virgin Islands the last 5 days, and I was with all veterans.
Right.
Wow.
So
that's amazing.
That was it was really, really something, man. I won't talk about it because I'll be crying in 5 minutes. Go back to the question.
Right. What time to get up in the Army? What time to get up?
In the military, it was 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty consistently 4 o'clock.
We said we do more before 9 a.m. But
and most people do all day. Yeah, that's real. And in the last 5 days, it's still real.
Wow.
Yeah. I am exhausted. Exhausted. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, he said us old guys. We're gonna start a new clock. We're calling it the P clock. What time? 10 after 3rd P. Okay, I got it. After the P. I got you. All right. So anyway, I got it. All right. So we talked about waking up. So for the most part, like even growing up, let me ask you guys this: I, a morning person. Are you a morning person? But were you kind of like growing up a morning kind of person? Like you got up early. I feel like the older you get, the more like the morning becomes your time. Like I gotta get up early. Like I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know, but because I think my household and my parents are old. My mom had me at 39, so growing up with them, watching their habits, like I was always up early. I was just up early. That's just always been my behavior. Are you guys like that? Have you guys always been morning kind of people, or were you like a sleep in? I start at 11. If it's my choice, I start at 11, and that's when my day start.
Can I share a quick funny story?
Go ahead.
When I have been a morning person all my life.
Okay.
My mom is a morning person.
Right.
When some people are hitting their REM hour,
that's
when my mom is waking up.
Yes.
We said 4 o'clock. She's up at 3.
She's gonna be successful. 3 a.m.
But when I was young, I found out that my mom would get up on Saturday mornings and go for a walk.
Wow.
And I was up. And one day I went with her.
Oh, nice.
And got a chance to have breakfast.
Nice.
So my brothers found out as adults.
We got cheated.
Because I was awake. Yeah.
See, Matt, that's it. 3 a.m. That's when success happens.
I guess.
Yeah. They wouldn't get up. My brothers would not get up. And so she said, hey, you want to walk with me? Yeah. And so that's when I learned how to walk on the outside, keep the lady on the inside. That's when I got my lesson on open the doors and all that kind of stuff. So then I found out later that my other 3 brothers had their own separate experience with my mom, just like I did. I thought I was special.
Why did you do that?
Like you went on Saturday mornings and had breakfast. Well, I had
right. I had this. That's nice.
I was like, Mom.
It's just crazy. Even as adults, you feel like, oh, I've been cheated in my life. You cheated me out of that part of my childhood.
You think you're the favorite till you find that everybody else had their moment too.
Right. Nice. So yeah, what about you, Matt? Like, as far as were you always a morning kind of person, or I was feeling it. I was like, Matt don't see. Matt's like I wake up late and I'm out late.
Yeah, I think I was just born in the wrong hemisphere. Like I feel like I could stay up all night.
Right.
When I went to California, I was like, finally, a time frame that makes sense for my body.
Right.
Because the hours there, nighttime is, I think, 3 hours behind.
Right.
3 hours behind in Cali. So I'm just a nighttime person. I love being up at night late. And but I just started maybe in the past 5, 6, 7 years to have a different appreciation for the morning.
Right.
Because of the sun. We lived in South Florida for years, and when we can catch that sunrise, it's magical, man.
Yeah.
Like it's seriously, you've seen that the big crystal ball just come from the ground. It's amazing. And I think a part of my childhood was waking up without being ready. We lived on the island of Nassau, Bahamas.
Nice.
And we had chickens and roosters everywhere on that, at least in our area. And so you didn't have to want to wake up. Those roosters
woke you up.
Will wake you up.
Nice.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. So for us, we have no choice sometimes. It was just like, right in here.
Right. They're just going off. Like,
and that's not something you can't hit that alarm and just turn it off.
All right. Wow.
You can chase them away, but they'll be right, making noise. Nice. And so that was my childhood. And then eventually, we had to get up for school, and that wasn't even pleasant. I remember waking up 4 o'clock in the morning to go to high school.
Wow.
Because I had to wake up, catch the bus, drive an hour south.
Wow.
Wow. That didn't last long. It only lasted a year. I was like, I ain't doing this. Magnet program? Why?
Right.
So
wow.
Yeah. And
That's
so
awesome.
but now I really do have an appreciation for catching the sunrise,
Okay.
So when I can, man, I'm up,
Nice.
with my family. Everybody's up.
Right.
Everybody's going to see the sunrise together,
Wow.
And so we've made that one of our traditions.
It's a thing. 4 a.m. for school. Indeed. That's whew, that is rough.
I missed the bus a lot. Don't get me wrong now. I had to chase the bus down a couple times, but we made it a year at least.
Nice. What about you, Kaneem? What's your were you a morning person, or were you like a late at night? Were you better late at night?
Oh no, man! I was always a late person. I probably wouldn't get in the house till 11 a.m. So
wow.
It was definitely. I mean, but I had a different. Well, I mean, I can't say different. There's plenty of Negroes like me. But yeah, it was just I just always did like staying up late. It was like the later it was, the more action.
Okay.
Because like during the daytime, a lot of folks was working and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? School, work, this, and at night is that element out there that just have you amped up. And then when I got into music, it was like everybody was up at night. What time you gonna meet? I'll meet you at 1 o'clock.
Right.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, at 8 a.m. You know what I'm saying? So I'll meet you at 1 o'clock. Yeah, you go in there, 4 or 5 hours pass by quick. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, it's 6, 7 in the morning.
Nah.
Wow.
And let's go get some breakfast, man. You can go get breakfast.
Wow.
Here we go. 8, 9.
Wow.
All right, man. I'm gonna get a little shut eye. Yeah,
I'm gonna go to bed now.
2 hours.
10, 11. You know what I'm saying? You don't wake up till about 6, 7 in the evening.
Start it all over again.
Do it all over again.
Wow.
Do it all over again.
Wow.
But that was my late teens, early 20s.
I got you. It's the thought of someone saying, "Hey, let's start this thing at 10 o'clock at night." I'm yawning right now. Like 10 o'clock? Like, are you crazy?
That's funny. You know, I saw this thing that said people over 30. You know, it changes. You know, when people say, "Oh, what time you trying to meet?" You'd be like 9:30. 9:30.
Right.
8 a.m. We having breakfast.
Right.
You know, so.
Right.
Man, I mean the after hours joint don't even open up till midnight.
After hours, there's a spot that you go after hours.
Yeah, like it literally like when the clubs close at 2 or 2:30.
There's another spot you go to after.
You go to after the club.
After club, after the club. There's an after club.
Because they stop selling alcohol around 2.
Right.
So then after that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't know how it is now. I ain't been out in a while, so
yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know this was. I think it's called a dry county.
Right. Yeah, the dry counties.
Have
Yeah.
Time frame.
I think Georgia's period I think after a certain time they can't, because even like the gas station, they don't sell after a certain time.
After 2 a.m.
Something like that. And it's like, they can't sell. Yeah.
No, I think it's midnight.
Is it midnight?
I don't know. I don't
probably
buy
the counties, probably the counties and stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't buy it like that no more. So
it's good.
I can't say it's been years since I've been out there in that element like that. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome. So somebody called like, "Hey, let's go to that after club at 1?"
Nah, man. We used to play poker, and then they had other things going on also. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
it was. I got you.
It was like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, say no more, my brother. Literally. All right. So
listen, we understood. That's a conversation he had with us, and we all knew what he was talking about.
Right.
Without having to,
without saying it. Say no more. I don't know how statute of limitations.
I got you.
Let's just
got you. We heard it loud and clear.
Right. Let's keep moving. I mean, Matt had a question, and you could throw it out. He's like, how was our health impacted by having a routine in the morning or evening? I'll say for me, like, I gotta get sleep. Like, I gotta get like a good enough sleep. And I even get full disclosure, if I get jarred out of my sleep, it messes my stomach up. It's the weirdest. Yeah, it's like something go down. It'll like, I'd have to, what did you say, Pastor? I have to go I have to be regular. Like, because I don't know what like if I'm sleep, what had the levels, I guess. It must be that, what is it, the REM? That's that when you in it. When I'm in my REM and something shakes me out of it, like it can jack my stomach up. And that's been like for years, if I'm about to fall asleep, I'm fine. Like if someone, hey, people are like, hey, you sleep? Yeah, I sleep. But if I think when I'm deep and something happens, and like you're in the house, something could, hey, babe, wake up, blah, 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 I'm like, oh, and I get up, my stomach is like, rah, I go through. So when it comes to sleep, I definitely have to have it, like it has to be at least 4 to 5. I could do the least amount I think I've functioned well, was like 4 to 5. I need at least to be good for the day, and not trying to like, I'm a little tired, you feel it hanging on you, just like I'm here, but I'm tired, but 4 to 5, I can actually kind of function and get stuff done and do things. I'm a crash sleeper. Like it don't take much, like I could hit, boom, I could be out in like 2 minutes, a minute and a half, if I sit like, oh yeah, this is nice and go on, I don't know. Are you guys like, have you ever been like mid-sentence sleepers? Like I've done that to my wife. We talking, having conversation, like, yeah, I hate.
Nah.
No.
You've never been. Come on. Don't
That's
leave
a
me out here,
skill. That's a
brothers,
skill, man.
other
That's a
brothers,
skill.
peoples.
Nope.
Uh,
Never in a conversation, like in the bed, talk about something, and
Middle
yeah,
of the
just like yeah, you
conversation.
like.
nah, you alone on the tip of a toothpick on that one, brother.
Dang.
Nah, I
Man,
ain't never done that.
AD, I was listening to you. I'm gonna get to that answer in a second, man. But
Okay.
I was listening to you talk about the stomach issues, man. And
Yeah.
listen, that is very telling. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
we are awake and we have stomach issues, is usually around anxiety. You know,
Mm.
it's usually
It may
around.
be-
You know,
it may
people
be.
hear
It is.
Right,
people hear that expression. You got butterflies in your stomach,
brother.
upset stomach. That's a lot of symptoms dealing with anxiety. You know,
Right.
like. And think about it. When you're being awakened out of your sleep, you're in a
Yeah.
rested state. To jump
Yeah.
from the rest state to going into extreme alert state,
Right.
that's a lot of states that you just bypassed.
Yeah,
Yes.
just to get to.
So your
right.
body's like trying to catch
Shock.
up to you.
Yeah.
In shock. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Indeed.
exactly what it is. Your body is being shocked out of the subconscious to a high level of consciousness, which puts us in a fight or flight state, which
Yes.
is not good for you
Right.
in any way.
Right.
You know. So for those who can, get up
It's so bad.
at a drop of a dime, which is good, but
Yeah.
as far as being interrupted over and over and over, it's going to put you in a hyper paranoid state to where you can't really,
Right.
you're not really healing, man. Your body's
Mm.
not really doing the work it needs to do to get you
Right.
ready and prep for the next day. You know,
Right. True.
I have not, I have not been in the military, and so I can't speak on this. But Pastor, you got to tell me, what's the secret to waking up 4 a.m.? Is it going to
Right.
sleep at 2 a.m.? You know, is it going to sleep at 12 to wake up at 4? Because
Right.
I
Yeah.
think what we're doing is we're cheating ourselves off of a rich natural blessing in sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're only getting
Right.
4 hours, man, you got to increase that to at least 6,
Right.
7,
Yeah.
8.
Well, yeah. 4
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning after going to sleep at midnight is not good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, like in the military, unless you're deployed,
Right.
you're finished working by 7,
Right.
Okay.
unless you have charge of quarter duty, which
Right.
is a 24-hour rotation.
And what time is shut eye after on average?
Well,
You
so
get up at 4.
The way
Right.
they do it in basic training, they begin working on you. They begin training your body and your process
Right.
in basic. And so in basic training, it's lights out, no late. It's lights out at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You
to
let
me.
a drill sergeant walk by and he sees the light on and it's after 10.
Yeah.
Everybody's waking up and coming outside
Right.
and doing push-ups because one
Wow.
person had their light on.
Wow.
Right. And you said something that's key, Pastor. You said training. You said they're training you, they're training your body, training your mind to be able to function between these hours at high peak. And I know this for sure that, some of us are best at these peak times in the
Right.
morning.
Right.
Throughout the day,
Right.
you have
Oh,
to
yeah.
know which
100%.
is which for you. Which brings me to the impact of the health of having a routine. What you're doing is you're creating a formula for your own success when you know what works for you.
Right.
If I can script my day to say that I'm going to get this amount of sleep, I'm going to be up at this time, I'm going to be to sleep at night at this time, then I have at least some presets in my day that I can look forward to that creates some normalcy in my body and my routine and my mind and my, and all of it that kind of gives me an edge towards the rest of the day. It's easy to then, if you know that you're going to wake up at this time, to put everything else in place between the time you wake up, the time you need lunch, the time you need breakfast, you're going to, that routine is basically saying that I'm in charge of what my experiences are for the day.
Right.
No one else.
Right.
I thought I had it together. I had a revelation. What's interesting is diet matters.
Yeah.
Right? How your body processes food and
Right.
what time you eat, all of that. Because sometimes, you're disrupted because your body is processing while you're trying to sleep.
Right.
And there's an interruption.
Right.
There's a disruption. And so that's something that on this trip, man, I got to tell you, it's funny because we were in the military schedule
Wow.
while I was gone.
Oh, wow.
And I haven't been on a military schedule. This is what I found out. I'm with a bunch of guys, and I'm talking, 3rd and 5th Ranger Battalion. It's another conversation, but
Right.
Special Forces guys.
Okay. Okay.
Green Beret, SEAL. This very, very unique skill sets.
Right.
With these people. And what I found, and see, I went to Ranger School, so that's part of the reason why I was nominated to go.
Gotcha.
But I looked around and I'm like, wait a minute. How long have you been out? How long have you been out? How long have you been out?
Right.
No one's been out longer than 10 years.
Wow.
And I'm like, I've been out 32 years, man.
Wow.
Right? So
wow.
It was havoc.
Right. Okay.
But it was a blessing. It was a blessing because, it showed me that there are certain routines that I need to get back to.
Okay.
That's what it told me. And I don't mean like live life like a military guy. I'm saying there's certain things that you do with your body. And what they did was they made sure that we ate right.
Okay.
I love salt.
Right.
Salt makes your body work.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. And an unhealthy use of salt can do so much damage. But I spent the last 5 days and I never ever touched salt.
Nice.
And my body feels different.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And so diet is critical. Right. It's a critical contribution to your sleep habits. And we don't know how we're damaging ourselves with our diet. And I'm one of those guys, I don't eat red meat. I don't eat pork, but that does not mean I eat right.
That's good.
That's what I found out.
That's good.
And skinny doesn't equate to healthy.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right. 100%.
I mean, I saw some guys doing stuff out there in the water that I could not do.
Wow.
I could not do. And I promise you, I was the smallest guy out. Well, I wasn't the smallest, but I was
one of the smallest.
I was I was one of the 3 smallest guys out there.
Wow.
And these guys jumped in that water and did stuff. And I'm talking about guys that had guts that looked like they had a pillow tucked in their belly.
What they just do. Wow.
But they were in shape. They had endurance that was just, oh my God, just insane. So we have to, if you want to sleep right, take care of your body and your body will allow you to rest.
Wow.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
That's good. Good stuff. Well, I guess we're gonna get some more tidbits about your trip. Didn't realize you was placed back in the military for a little bit. You just like y'all been out. Y'all still got some of these habits. I ain't had 30 years. I've been out of these habits.
Yeah. And you know how much they cared about that?
Zero. Well,
yeah, it's like, well, you're here now.
Wait, how did I get drafted again? Wait a minute.
Oh, believe me, the guy that nominated me was there.
Yeah,
we had many conversations.
Oh no, that's good. Yeah.
Started off with Ninja, you didn't. All right, so okay, so health impact and getting sleep and rest, it matters. We know that. How effective is it even just having a routine? The way you wake up. I mean, like I said, I've had bad, guess what they say, the wrong side of the bed moments. Picked up the phone too soon, opened up something, looked at a text. And it generally, because that phone just got so much going on. Like you just open up the wrong email. Not right now. Why did I read that right now? Hit Facebook too early, like something aggravates you, and it just sets you in a bad space that now you're trying to shake yourself out of. So I know, like for me personally, like just trying to have calm wake up routines. Like I said, I get up 5 o'clock is like the best for me. I can 4 a little tough, 3 worse, but 5 is about my good space. Like I can get up, I pray, I can do a little worship, just be in my zone, think about the day as far as like content or stuff I want to do. I try to be more creative. That's my creative time. Firing on all cylinders. Morning by 8 o'clock. This is the decline is beginning to happen. like you're not gonna get the best out of me. Probably about 10 o'clock. Yeah, I give you some yes and no answers, but you want me to be creative? Ooh, it's gonna be challenging. And so for you guys, especially Matt and Kaneem, you guys were acclimated to be night people. Kaneem like 24-hour. Like, when is your peak? Are you peaking at mornings now because of your routines, or like nighttime? Like I know people that older, they can nighttime is like boom, I'm on it, I'm ready. Give me the toughest problem at 10 p.m. Like this is I ramp up. So me, I go down. They like morning, night. Like now, let's go. I can figure it out. For you guys, is that the case?
Yeah, I think I changed it, man. My wife got on me because of my language. She told me that I have to change the language in which I communicated about who I am as it relates to the morning. I would always open my mouth and say, I'm not a morning person. I can't, I don't like, I can't, this is not, and so I would keep denying myself the opportunity to be anything else because of the language of how I communicated about me.
Right.
And then when I changed it, I'm like, you know what? I like the mornings,
Right.
and then it's shifted for me to see the benefits of being up, trying to start early and giving myself an advantage, but it starts the night before,
Right.
It starts the night before,
right.
like Pastor said, by not putting some trash in me before I go to bed. That's one, and then making sure I get to bed at a reasonable time, actually get enough rest to then capitalize on the gratitude in the morning to then catapult me to a space of it only gets better throughout the day.
Okay. Why? Okay.
And then let me,
Okay.
Sorry, I have to put this in there because I gave it to the kids. I got to give it to the adults. In the book, it has a space where you can reset.
Nice.
You can reset because I think sometimes the day don't go according to what we think. Where is it right here? Conflict right here somewhere. Where is it? Boom, right there, right? The conflict right comes right here.
Right.
We can always reset. You can reset after conflict to make sure that you know exactly what you need to do, as far as changing the mindset of my day isn't going well. I start to feel a decline. What do you need to do to reset? And that's when you have to ask yourself, what routines do I have to have in place to make sure when I feel myself declining, get myself back up. You might need to grab a Snicker,
Yeah.
Wow.
Change some energy pattern, get an energy drink, get a shake.
Right.
Something, whatever it takes for you. Listen to some music, but don't just, don't just see the decline happen and be like, I don't got no parachute. I guess I'm crashing, Boom.
Right.
Mine sometimes is nap. I just need a quick nap and then I'm good again. I do the naps.
That may be true. But you got to evaluate the whole routine.
Yeah.
Look at it from start to finish, see where you can put some improvements in there for your benefit.
Right. No doubt. What about you, Kaneem? Peak night or morning time is now your peak?
Shoot, man. I don't know. I think once my blood gets circulating, it just depends on what time of day is and what I got going on. I've never really evaluated what my peak is per se, but kind of like what Matt was saying the day before, I usually map out my schedule and I get amped up the day before. So when I do get up in the morning, I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to accomplish whatever's on my calendar. So like, let's go ahead and knock this out. So, but I don't know, man. I don't know what my peak is. I never thought about it.
Gotcha. Okay. That's cool. I would think like now, because you got to get going in the morning. Like I said, you check your email, check your day, and the way your day, for the most part, works. From knowing you now, it kind of comes in for a landing. Later gets wife comes home, you chat it up. All right, it's bedtime. Let's get into the routine, whatever snacks you do at night, whatever it is that your normal night routine. I would think that it'll, come in for a landing. But like for me, late night is just late night. Like I don't, my energy comes low. But I feel what you're saying, Matt, as far as just maintaining and trying not to crash, so early or whatever. So I'm gonna let Pastor talk about they call it the aerial recovery group. Something that happened during the weekend. I know Jeff wanted to know. I just didn't know how deep it was gonna get. But then I didn't even know that he went, the level. I thought it was just like some vets coming together, speaking and talking, chopping it up. But this was more than that. So take a moment and break down kind of some of the things that's happened during this weekend.
Yeah. So because of my experience in the military, that's how this came about. I have a coworker, a guy that I've known about 17 years. And some of you who know me know I've spoke about my friend in Nashville. And I got nominated and selected to go be a part of this organization. And so what this last 5 days was, it was actually an evaluation. It was a recruiting trip. It's what it was, by Aerial Recovery Group. And what they do is they have sponsored this program called Heal the Heroes, where they go find veterans that have come out of combat or had military experience, have unique skills, went beyond just basic training and standard service into other groups in the military.
Okay.
And he and I had something in common. We had Ranger School in common. So I get there, and this Heal the Heroes organization, what they do is they take these veterans that have been in combat, that have come back, and they no longer have a mission. And so what happens to a veteran who has committed his life to serving his country, comes out of that environment. In a lot of cases, they lose their sense of purpose because they're no longer serving on active duty. There are probably 6,000 veteran suicides a year.
Wow.
This weekend, I was with 19 guys, and probably 16 of them had a direct story about a brother, a combat brother who committed suicide. That they had lost, or someone lost, their marriage, came home to an empty house, just dealing with trauma that was connected to their experience.
Right.
So they lose a sense of service. And so what they do is they bring these guys together and they start a process of healing. Help them find their center, find a new mission, reestablish purpose. And aerial recovery is the umbrella. And so aerial recovery, if you go look them up, their entire mission is saving lives. If you look at their website, they eliminate confusion. They support on a global scale, and their entire operation is based on recovery. So they train and they deploy operators to go out and support any disaster on the globe. So they're one of the leaders in disaster support, disaster recovery. I've spent the last 17 years, almost 20 years of my life doing IT disaster recovery. And so here I am doing a different type of disaster recovery. And so they recruit veterans and first responders so that they can go out and deal with some of the most challenging missions across the globe that are not military led. It's military led, but it's not military led. So they deal with, a lot of the, the hurricanes, the tornadoes, any recent hurricane that has destroyed a city, they were there. Any tornado, they were in Kentucky. They were there. When Russia invaded Ukraine, within 96 hours, we were there. On the ground, moving families out of danger zones, getting children out. And one of the greatest missions is, they combat human trafficking, sex trafficking. right? So they rescue children from all over the world. So they're looking for veterans who understand
Right.
being dropped into a hot zone
Right.
and
Right.
getting things done. So
Right.
that's what area, and that's who I just spent the last 5 days with.
Nice.
That's
Okay.
amazing. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you guys check it out, aerialrecovery.org, aerialrecovery.org. That's awesome. I didn't even know about that. You know, Pastor be like, I have a particular set of skills.
Yeah. He does, man. Seriously. You know?
Right.
Yeah,
100%.
old dusty skills.
Skills indeed, though. You know?
Right,
So,
right.
you know, I was listening to you give that description. I was like, that is not for me. You know, I was listening to it.
Figured out.
Like, wow, that's amazing.
Right.
I just can't do that.
Right. Support you here at home. I got
That's
you.
it. You know, and I think that's important to know.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
where your calling is and what
Right.
you can actually contribute. So
Right. Definitely.
appreciate you. Pastor, seriously.
Jeff asked. He said, "What did you guys do during the day?"
Oh wow, a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
9
You know,
a.m.
we trained. You know, we explored. We delved into. We dove into ourselves, man. We dealt with emotional, mental trauma. You know,
Right.
we put it all. We pulled it all out.
Okay.
You know,
gotta go.
because the goal is to get you healthy.
Thank you, Matt, for being here.
Absolutely appreciate you, Doc. The goal is to get you healthy so that you can go help people. And so the last 17 years, I've been a blessing to somebody, and it culminated into this. He went and told them, you know, the input that I had or the impact that I had on his life and another person's life who's a part of this organization. And they felt like I would be a good, I don't want it to sound like I'm bragging, man, because this thing is it's so humbling,
Right.
you know, but it really takes a lot. You have to really, really have a desire to want to do this stuff.
Right. Right.
But we did a lot, man. We did a lot. I snorkeled.
Okay. Nice.
I swam in waters to the point that I didn't think I was going to survive.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I found out I'm not really in shape.
Wow. Wow.
I need you to swim out there and back as many times as you can.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's just so much. Yeah.
Nice.
But it was awesome. It was just really awesome. I'm really refreshed. No, there were no umbrellas in drinks.
Right. I know, right? That's what I thought. I was like, okay, you're going to hang, you recognize, you know. Wow. Okay.
I just realized I still have I got my waterproof watch on.
Nice.
Still.
Nice. Oh, so listen, like I said, make sure you check out the website, aerialrecovery.org. Also,
and they take donations.
There you go. That's why I put it up there. I'm sure they do. Definitely go support because they are doing a good work. They're doing a great work. Also, I wanted to put up before you left, but make sure you guys purchase Matt's book, Have a Good Day. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, the link is in the description. He said, "Sounds like boot camp."
That's
palm trees, right?
In a sense, but the food was much better.
That's good. Thank you, Mama Corey. I appreciate you. So make sure you support Matt, support Air Recovery Group. We appreciate you guys for being here, rocking with us. It's Black History Month. Next week, tomorrow, I promise I'm gonna have me a Black History fact. I was trying to get one together before the start of the show, but it's all good. I'm gonna hit you with some facts, a little different though. Not the average Martin Luther King, Malcolm X facts. I'm gonna hit you with something different, some cultural facts. All right. So
can I say something? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. All hearts minds are not clear. Go ahead, brother.
my son, you guys know, my son passed away in 2020.
Right.
And you guys know I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan because my son was born on Super Bowl Sunday, and Dallas Cowboys won that day, right?
Right.
But what I never shared, and by the way, January 30th, Brian would have been 29.
Right.
So I celebrated his birthday in BVI with a bunch of veterans who sang happy birthday to my son,
Right.
which was
Wow.
that moment was beyond measure.
Wow.
But what I didn't think about, my son was born on a day when the Dallas Cowboys played. And when he passed away, Dallas Cowboys were on TV.
Wow.
They were playing.
Yeah.
They were playing when he came into this world,
Yeah.
and they were playing when he left this world. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
That's deep, man.
Yeah.
That was it was absolute. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better ending to a life. You know, born on Dallas on the day Dallas played, and they won the day that he passed.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. I just want to share that.
Appreciate that. Appreciate
Oh,
that.
and thank you, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jeff. Oh, yeah.
Newest addition to my wardrobe.
Yes, the collection.
This was waiting on me when I got home.
Yes, courtesy of Jeff.
I love you, Jeff.
Yeah.
You mean a lot to me, man. I really, really appreciate this, brother.
That's a God thing. Yeah, definitely. Jeff is part of the fam. Appreciate you, Jeff. All right. Yeah. So that's special. Definitely. All right. All hearts and minds are clear.
A little different than a dad joke, huh?
Yeah, right. Like, let me ask you something. As being in church forever, like when time is spent, right, at service, and somebody says something touching, but you got to move along. like, how do you, like, it's, what do you do? Like, alrighty then. We gotta go.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Right. I don't know. I just because you see them what was happening in church, you just let's see how he navigates out of this space.
Yeah. I get it.
Move forward.
Well, sometimes there's nothing to do except to say, we'll see you guys real soon.
There you go. We'll see you guys in the morning.
We'll see you guys real soon.
Right.